Hello, welcome back to BSLIVE. Today I'll be creating my childhood creations in 2D and 3D. So let's get started. So let's just delete everything and then Shift A, create grease pencil, blank, and switch to draw mode. Right click, strength, maximum, and radius a bit higher so you have bigger strokes, and just start drawing. I'll draw it from the front view. My childhood robot is basically kind of like a triangle looking robot. It's actually really simple. I remember roughly it's a little bit like this. And I think the robot has simple belt. Oops. I have a feeling this robot is actually one of the anime robot that I saw. I forgot the name. But the thing with the childhood drawing is that it's basically like just made of simple shapes. And if you want to turn this into 3D, yeah, you can. It's really up to you how you want to approach this. But the basic shapes like this can be also can be turned into something that's a little bit more complex. Something like that. I might have overdrawn this. So I switched to, I just hit tab, select all, put it on the ground, back to object mode. So we have this thing, this is 2D, we want to turn this into 3D. Let's save this very quickly. Childhood robot. So from this I want to create 3D, so I think the easiest is to just play with shapes. All these primitive shapes we just put together. Just start with a cube. So cube is a cube. I'm gonna go to edit mode, hit tab, SX to scale it in X directions, and in this case it's very simple shapes. 1, 2, 3 is to switch between vertex, edges, and faces. So I'm gonna use the face. If I use S right away, I get these shapes, like a little bit like Toblerone chocolate. It might be okay. Yeah, I think that's alright. Okay, and then I just gonna extrude it using E. Extrude it once again, and then scale this time S X. So scale it in the X. Oops, scale in the Y actually. Yeah. So it might be not too perfect. Okay, SX, SY. More or less. Yeah, this is just like a reference, but it's good to have this. The next thing I want to do, I like to work in object mode, really, but it's up to you. We can try just drawing the cube or cylinder. Let's try a cube. We only need to draw in one side, I think. So my robot doesn't have neck. Yeah, I think that's okay. And then just draw the shape here. I'm just using this method. And for the leg, okay, the legs, maybe just draw it this way first. Actually, in 3D we probably need to put the leg, like make it vertical. Okay, so that's a good start, I guess. And because this is like just a simple creations, just put a ball socket there. ball socket there. Some kind of attachment, and this the top part here. If I want to isolate this, I can use the backslash. I can go to edit mode, delete the bottom part, and I can subdivide this actually. Go back to normal mode, Control F2, Control 2, subdivide, and then just apply. So this robot now have a head. For this part, you can, if you know an add-on called Grid Modeler, that's actually a good add-on to use. Extrude face along normal. Yeah, something like that, just to add details, a little bit of details. Cylinder, let's use cylinder for the face, for the eyes actually. Yeah, just make it like that. Edit mode, select face, inset, extrude face along normal. So this is, yeah, I think that's starting to resemble my childhood drawing. This part of the leg, maybe I should have used cylinder. This is also better as a cylinder. Okay, maybe I'm holding shift, extrude. I think the default cylinder has too much resolutions. This should be reduced 12 or something. And I can perhaps bevel this. Don't worry about that too much. Just gonna duplicate this. Okay, let's do like some scaling, but using local scaling. Should have made this simpler, but you can see my doodle is not too bad compared to the 3D. If we plan this, if I plan this properly, should perhaps get a better shape. I have a feeling this looks better. Just needs some kind of attachment. Okay, and for the bottom part, for the foot, just make it simple for now. There, that shape. So actually, if you start with something like a Lego piece, you can easily create a simple robot. I mean, you start with primitives, you know, just shapes. Just gonna duplicate this. Well, you know, this maybe just use cube. Yeah, I guess that's okay. Proportional wise, this robot is looking better than this guy. anyway. Yeah, this is like maybe too long also. Anyway, just join it. Now we have this. Just gonna use mirror. So if the mirror looks wanky like that, just Control A, apply the transform. Now it's still weird because of this rotation. Okay, Control A, apply all transform. Now just mirror in Y directions. I think my robot direction is a bit wrong. Okay, Suzanne is facing that way. My robot needs to be facing that way as well. Just hit apply, Command A, and then RZ90. Okay, so this is like a low effort childhood creations, childhood robots. Okay, you can put so from here, what do we do next? Maybe we can just remesh it. If you want to do this, file, save as new file, and then you can play around with this number. Okay, that's seems like better looking. Hit apply, go to sculpt mode. You can try a couple of things. Mesh filter, inflate, deflate. That's funny, right? You can kind of get a different look. You can also try using sharpen. Sharpen is interesting. So it sharpen my robot, so everything become very hard edge, but it's also have certain look. I like using cloth filter and use the Ballooney method, and yeah, it's a bit too strong. Maybe just a little bit. So it's like a balloon. You can use expand. Yeah, expand is really funky there. It become like a cloth. I think this is the opposite effect. This is the other. Maybe just a little bit, you know, adding some weird details there. Back to mesh filter and sharpen. Look, that's not too bad, not too shabby. You can then bring this to Mixamo and further animate your character. Oh no, you need to do some texturing, and yeah, I forgot to do that. For now, however, we can use grab pose. Okay, pose. This pose thing, you need to adjust the radius and yeah, enable symmetry. Right click, adjust the radius. What's the shortcut? Can't remember the shortcut for this. So symmetry doesn't seem to work here, but that's okay. I need to make adjustment on this robot. Fingers, I forgot to make the fingers. Let's use snake hook and dynamic topology. It is probably not a good idea. It's become a little bit organic. Okay, it's rotated 90 degrees and I forgot to hit apply. Mirror, once again, mirror. Okay. The second one is better. I think that the hip looks better like this. So I just hit up Command A. So I get a new look. Right click, shade smooth. Okay, this guy will have a lot of resolutions like this. Just quick rematching using quad and this number 10,000, 12. Yeah, 10,000 is okay. Hit apply. Because this is a simple robot and it's actually quite organic, like a balloon. So we get this. We can go higher. 15,000, 14,000. It's gonna try to remesh this into just quads, simpler polygon. Okay, not too bad. File, save as. This guy's proportions better than this one is a bit wonky, so you can continue sculpting. But if you do this after you remesh, it's this is much better. The flow. You can mirror again, or you can assign smart UV. So you can do like a painting. You can paint using vertex paint, but I think it's better to use proper texture painting. So vertex paint allow you to do like a rough painting, set vertex color, dirty vertex color, so you have this dirty look. But a proper way is to use texture painting and then apply material, assign a texture, base color with roughness and metallic, just base color, and start painting. You can turn on symmetry. I think childhood drawing is, I think, really important if you can remember it. You might stop drawing after you pass the childhood because you feel like you're not really good. But really, in the end, it doesn't matter. I mean, this is quite original, you know, in a way. I mean, you can try drawing and following certain design, you know, like Disney character, Pixar character, or whatever, or Studio Ghibli character. You can follow it closely and you can perhaps replicate the design, but your original design is really quite special, and you just need to trust your own instinct, you know. It doesn't need to be perfect. It's I mean, perfection, whatever, is just really, it's just an illusion, you know. Yeah, cool. No, I just keep changing color. I didn't plan it. Just any color will do. Whatever make you happy during the creations, you know. This is you ever wonder what is this for, you know, is this for yourself or for other people? You can, which is kind of nice. But this could be just like an energy, you know, like some kind of positive energy. It makes you feel good, basically. It's just like an exercise. Okay, so yeah, that's my robot so far. I can switch the texture here. In this mode, turn on the texture. Sculpt mode with the grab. You can turn on symmetry. Now symmetry should work because I use it properly. Right click, adjust the radius. Yeah, I definitely need to add that fingers. When after you do the texture painting, actually for the eyes, don't forget to save it. Don't forget to save, because you might lose everything if you didn't save. Image, save as, blend, childhood CD, robot, save. Now maybe this robot is made of metal. So in the shader, you have a color, diffuse color coming in. If you plug this into the metallic and play around with the roughness. Oh, maybe the opposite. Put this into roughness, metallic a bit higher. Okay, so yeah, that's basically the basic. I still quite like this guy. Okay, so yeah, that's pretty much it. That's my childhood robot drawing. Now become 3D. Hopefully you find this interesting and useful. It's just a basic Blender tutorial. It's not even a tutorial, I just, you know, but once you understand the basics, you know, like using 3D shapes, primitives, just like Lego pieces, if you place it correctly in place, and then it's kind of roughly making your design, you know, like put all the pieces in place, and then it's starting to make sense. It's gonna eventually get there. Okay, so send this to Mixamo and turn it into AR, right? I have another way, you know, I can turn this into a lens, snap lens, and then so we can use full body to control this robot. Maybe that's gonna be for the next video. All right, so but send it to Mixamo, get the bones ready, and maybe we're gonna continue with the next tutorials to make it into snap lens. All right, thanks again for tuning in, and I'll see you next time. Thank you. Bye.